we mentioned there Wijnaldum, and then we'll move on to him. He done an interview with the official Liverpool website. Again, I don't want to be bored people with reading too many quotes, but the gist he goes, when Lallana goes forward and Henderson goes, I stay. This is something I've had to get used to because usually I'm one who goes all the time. Now I've got to look at other players, and that's the thing that is changing most in my football.
I was disappointed there wasn't a Dutch accent then. I thought you were going to try
like a Steve McLaren.
Yeah. Steve, yes. Smoking a pancake and all that. When we bought him then, Jamie, I thought we were buying a winger or a number 10, and I thought, this means Adam Lallana's done.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
Now, Klopp's, again, it's mad when you give a manager full reign over transfers to buy who he wants, what he wants, that things work, you know. Who'd have thought that transfer committee and stuff. But I'm enthused that Klopp has spotted the guy who was doing a completely different role and has identified him for his team and gone, I need him to play the shuttle and midfield player who can protect, who can get in the box. It gives me confidence in the fact that our manager is that good at spotting players, because I thought he was a winger who scored goals. I thought he was Mane light. He's not. He's Joe Allen better.
Joe Allen better.
Yeah.
For lack of
sounds like bad beers.
I was thinking that I was thinking Lallana's place was up for. I thought he was done for. I honestly thought we might even sold him during the summer, just because Wijnaldum came in. But like you said, he's been transformed into this centre midfielder. You know, Allen's gone and all that. He's keeping Chan out the team as well. And I've got a Newcastle fan. I've got a mate who's a Newcastle fan.
You've got a Newcastle fan?
Yeah, I've got a Newcastle
already.
fan.
You own it, show.
You own a Newcastle fan?
Right,
Sorry.
yeah, he's my mate who's a Newcastle fan.
Now.
But he was made up that, what was it, 25 mil we bought him for? Yeah. He said that he's took us to the cleaners with that. Like, he was made up, he sold him for 25 mil. He did not rate him whatsoever. But since he's came into our team, I thought he's been quality, top notch. He's went about his job dead quiet. He hasn't been all over the papers or anything. And he's keeping Chan, who I rate very highly, out the team. So he's done a good job so far.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know, it's one of them where you're kind of disappointed because you want him to be getting those accolades and stuff like that, like the goals and the assists. And obviously
he's got two assists.
But you want to see, like he says, I like how he's a bit honest, like he's saying that he is that player in his head. And everyone said, you're going to have to give him at least 10 games. We're judging him now and we're saying he's doing good performances. This is a guy who's been used to being Newcastle's main man for a season, trying to get them goals in a struggling team down the lower half of the Premier League. And now he's playing like a kind of defensive attacking role in a centre midfield 3, which is completely different. And I think this is the thing you can tell about him. He was Dutch player of the season, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's an intelligent. You can see he's an intelligent footballer.
He chose Bob Marley for his introduction song.
Yeah,
he shows a bit of class as well.
Yeah, it shows he knows the club. Yeah. He didn't choose that song I'd be so shocked if that was a complete coincidence that he's picked that song and that song means something to Liverpool fans. The thing, look, the Wijnaldum, and again we touch on Lallana and you touch on spotting players, but literally it's all testament to Jurgen Klopp as being a fucking fantastic manager, because there's about 6 things going on there. 1 is ability to spot a player. 2 is the buying of certain players. So we were talking in the summer about how he just buys captains. You know, Grujic was the captain of Red Star Belgrade, was it? Yeah. He bought Wijnaldum, who was the captain of a league-winning PSV team. He's gone out and bought I think Matip's Klavan's the Estonian captain. So they've all got this experience. And if you've been given a captaincy, most of the time, you're of a certain personality trait. And then the other one is, not only is he spotting players, but his ability to coach them on the training ground. Because actually, look at the start we've had, and you've got a fella who played left wing last year playing your left back. You've got a fella who played attacking centre mid playing your number 6, learning a new role. Lucas has played 1 or 2 games at centre back, and he's a centre mid, so he's learning something new. Lallana, who's your right winger, is playing the attacking centre mid role, and Wijnaldum, who was playing left mid for a completely different club.
Firmino was playing up front when he's probably a 10.
Yeah, he's playing a 10. You've got actually, Mane is new to the team, okay, and he played 10 and right wing. So you've got 2 new players who've come in and been completely integrated in the team, in Wijnaldum and Mane. One of them's learning a new role, and at least 4 or 5 players who are playing completely new roles to them. And we've looked fucking fluid and boss. We should have had more Burnley results. We shouldn't have as many points on the board, especially considering the teams we play. Look at how bad Chelsea played against Arsenal. They didn't play great against us. They were fucking terrible that first half against Arsenal.
They've been terrible a lot of the season.
And you look at it like, that's Conte and new players and a new system.
That's how it should look.
That's what it's supposed to look like. So the fact that you've got, and I know he's had time before and Conte's new in there, but there's enough new players either in purchases or positional wise that we should look a lot more disjointed than we do. And the fact that you're looking at the whole performance and it's so fluid and it's so interchangeable, it's just amazing. And I think Wijnaldum's a key part of that team. You know, he was unlucky not to score against Hull. He had 2 or 3 really good efforts. He's got 2 assists already, which from a midfielder in a team where it's getting spread around, that's actually not...
And he's got them. If you look at if it's not just that he's got 2 assists, they've both been passes he's made in the box.
Yeah.
So the Arsenal goal, it was a lovely little chip, wasn't it, to Lallana? And the Leicester goal, he's up front. He's playing centre forward and he just dinks it off to Lallana. So I'm amazed that we've got a lad playing centre midfield for Liverpool who looks like he's played centre midfield for Liverpool for 5 years, and in fact he's actually the right winger of a team who just got relegated. I think again the manager deserves a ton of credit for that, but I think the player himself, like when he says in his piece there, you know, he's thinking about his game all the time. It must be hard to play football like that, I think, because it's not instinctive to him. So as it becomes instinctive to him, Jamie, there's reason to believe that he could be better in terms of doing an all-round game, because it won't take him that 1 second. Some of it is natural to him. So you see when he gets the ball, he's always on the half turn, or he's always taking on a touch and pass. That's natural. That'll never change. But in terms of his movement and his positioning, like some of his goals, for example, that have been blocked, or the shot's been a bit tame, or something like that, that can improve with a split second. So rather than going, don't make this run, I'll make this run,
he makes the run.
I'll make the run. Or actually, Henderson, you go, I'll stay. There's reason to believe that he could be much, much better once he's really adapted, if Emre Can doesn't take his place.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent player. Like, I've only seen a handful of games this season because I've been working sometimes and all that. But the games I have seen and the games I've watched over and over again, there are these smart little intricate passes that he does with Henderson, and
Chelsea was key. I think he was amazing at Chelsea.
He was vital at Chelsea and stuff like that. And the assist, like you said before, like they were little smart passes in the box, and he was just running up and down all the time, and like he's keeping Chan out the team. So I think if he carries on like that, he's vital for this team, and he will be all season as well, and for the future as well, because he's only a young lad as well. So
he reminds me of the role that Henderson was doing a bit. I don't want to keep going back to the 13th, but it was last time we were good, so it's natural. Yeah. It's natural for us to do that to an extent.
Until we eradicate it by winning the league at some point.
It's natural for us to think of when Liverpool were good, what happened, but in that he might not get the headlines every single week. He might not score, because he's told to get in the box and stuff, but it's not his job to just score. Yeah. So it's Firmino's job to run around loads and score, and Coutinho's job to assist and score.
Yeah.
Mane to just be Mane. Fast, skillful, and score.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And Lallana's just there to just basically be messy. Yeah. But Wijnaldum's got a vital role in that he's has to do everything. Yeah. So Henderson can just sit. I think Wijnaldum and Lallana.
He's a split between Lallana and Henderson.
Lallana's there. Lallana's job is to run round loads, to be Lallana, like mini Messi, and set goals from score. Yeah,
that's going to
be that's fine. I've said much better things about Lallana than that, trust me. I said we had a 10-minute discussion of how he fits into Barcelona's team on the last show.
He does as well.
We can, yeah.
He takes Turan and Rakitic out the pitch. Yeah.
In you. Yeah.
The thing is, people would have mocked at that, and increasingly every week that I've been saying that for like 8 months. And when I first said it, people thought I was insane.
Now we're all on.
You look at the performance against Hull; he's getting a standing ovation on 72 minutes.
John was having a go about that, wasn't he, on the final word show about people getting standing ovations every.
He was fucking that good. Did you see how good he played in that game?
It was that touch, I think, when he cut inside. It's just like the little jinx, like between his feet. Going across the box, and you're just watching that. We've got so many players that are doing that, like
Wijnaldum,
just like good at their feet.
Well, the thing is, where I was going to say about, you're right.
Basically, the point was, he's not Henderson. He's kind of in between two stalls.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's new to it and he's admitting that he has to think about it.
He's only naturally means it's going to get better.
Yeah.
But the other one is, I agree completely with you, but I also think you can look at it from a different way. So it's not instinctive to him. And that's why I think defensively we've not been as good and we're conceding goals, because there's a lot of players playing out of position and the instinct part is hindering the defensive part. So I imagine that's going to get better as the season goes. But because we attack by moving forward and because we press and because we're always looking to get on the front foot, the fact that Milner's used to playing left back, left wing, and he's a left back, the fact that Wijnaldum's playing centre mid but he's used to playing further up as a left winger, means that instinctively they look to get over there. So when they get the ball, they move to where they're comfortable, which is further up the pitch, and then they do the good stuff with it. So actually it is instinctively when he's doing that part of his game. Yeah. So where you had a Joe Allen picking that ball up, or where you've had midfielders, even Henderson or Joe Chan, who aren't that renowned for it in the midfield, and then they suddenly find themselves outside the box or having to be the furthest man forward to make a run, and then what do? Oh, you dink a little ball, chipped ball over to Adam Lallana. They panic because that was when they had to think about it, because that didn't come naturally, whereas maybe he loses a man, maybe he doesn't put the tackle in, which is the defensive part, but instinctively he knows, shit, there's a space there, I'm going to run, and I'll be the furthest man forward in the pitch, and then I'll chip it back, because that's what you do. And we've got that all over the pitch. There's at least 5 or 6 players who are playing a little bit deeper than what they're used to, so that when we do attack, they're fucking really, really good at attacking.
It reminds me of like sometimes when you see Lucas play centre half, and you'll get the ball in midfield, and he'll be like, I know. Yeah. I've been here loads.
As if, I'm not worried to be.
I'm sound. Yeah. Well, but that's right. When he gets in the box, you can tell he's a lad who likes to be in the box. Yeah. My point is more, he'll get there more often and in better positions once he isn't looking at Henderson going, is he going or am I going?
Yeah.
It'll become,
once they all know the roles better,
it'll become more instinctive, and that's scary because we've been really, really good. Hello everyone, it's me again. That was our chat on Gini Wijnaldum and his role in Liverpool so far and what we expect of him in the future. If you like that chat and you want to see the whole show, it was about 45-50 minutes of content. We talked about Gerard Houllier saying Liverpool can win the league. We've done a bit on how good Sadio Mane is, how good Adam Lallana is, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and what it means to have Scousers at least competing in the Liverpool team, and the fact that we haven't got any at the moment. So if you want to watch the whole show, like I say, you can subscribe. Go to the redmentv.com. Information's here, I hope, somewhere. If the £2 a month, free for the first month, so you can go and sign up. You can watch 2-3 shows a week for the next month for nothing. And if you like it, you can £2. What's £2? £2. So if you want to watch it, you want to sign up, make sure you go and do that, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.